Yo, what's up, people? What's up? So, I was just listening to Kite's recent live stream, and he talked about what's going on with Pop the Balloon. So, apparently, yes, Pop the Balloon also got me for copyright. A lot of people can't do Pop the Balloon no more, so you will not be seeing me doing Pop the Balloon anymore. They have gotten a few videos of mine copyrighted, so I'm no longer doing Pop the Balloon. So I knew something was telling me don't do it. And when I saw Heist and his wife, it's just Alex, came on and talked about it, and then other content creators that do Pop the Balloon also got copyrighted. So what's happening is that Arlette and her husband recently. Let me put the music on mute. Her husband and Arlette, recently got a business deal in the UK. And so the UK, with the tariff thing going on. So let me explain to you what's going on. There's a tariff war going on in the internet. It's a serious tariff war going on in the internet, y'all. And so what I want to say to Kyson, just Alex, what's happening is that upon my investigation with Trump, with Hollywood, with the 100% tariff, there's a streaming war going on y'all don't know about. This stuff is happening. This is real. This is no cap. I'm not joking. I'm not pushing fear, doom, and gloom. There's a war with streaming going on. So Pop the Balloon decided to put their assets into the UK. Man, I'm telling you, man, this is wild, y'all. So as a content creator, I got hit by UK. At certain things I say. Now, here's the thing with UK, y'all don't know about. This is a traveling talking point. In the UK, you can't say certain things about certain people. So they gave me the timestamps, what they consider disrespectful. And so Arlette and her husband is not in charge of their YouTube channel no more. They gave it over to the UK people. And, they did a deal with Hollywood. So, yep, we got to be mindful of what we react to from here on out. So, I'm going to let the brothers know what's going on behind the scenes. This is information, credible source, that there's a streaming war going on right now. Remember what Brainwaves talk about, makeup, breakup, shakeup? That's also going on in the internet. So just be cognizant, y'all, of, what you say, because you don't know what type of deals people are making behind closed doors. You get what I'm saying? And so when I saw him talk about it, 200 Acres got hit too. I didn't even know he was in the chat. 200 Acres got hit too. And I know they Kites and 200 Acres follow each other on Instagram. So his wife was like, yeah, Rollo got hit too. And I said, man, this is serious, y'all, man. This streaming war is serious. The UK got hit with some tariff streaming. So now everybody's on edge. Everybody's in fear. So I was like, something up with Pop the Balloon. I just had that eerie. I'm at the site. I'm like, yo, something ain't right. And so I put the videos on members. I might just remove the videos. Man, it's so much work to be removing proportionary, because the UK, they on that PC. You know what I'm saying? Political correct. If you ain't saying anything political correct about the people that's on the show, the UK could deem they want to get their cut now. This is crazy, man. Woo. So Pop the Balloon, Arlette, and her husband, they signed a deal with Hollywood. Once I knew they signed a deal with Hollywood in the UK, I said, yeah, this is the end. It was just a matter of, you know, everybody got hit, man. So whether you're a major content creator or you a small YouTuber, don't matter. You don't have to like the YouTuber. You talk about it, they making their rounds. They got me. I just didn't pay attention. I said, you know what? Shout out to Kite's wife because she mentioned it. I said, okay, let me check. Yep. This is wild, y'all. This is crazy, man. So I ain't gonna be talking about no Pop the Balloon relationships no more. Yep, you can forget. The only way I could do that is if I go through a certain server. You know, y'all people gonna have to pay for that, man. So if ain't no paid service to it, I ain't gonna talk about it. You know, but yep. We got Trending with Sharice and we got Corey in the house. What's going on, y'all? All right, so other topics I want to talk about. So we have a situation with the airlines right now where if you don't have your passport, you don't have certain credentials, you can't get on the plane. You know, it's already in fact. A lot of people are right now, especially if you live in certain other states and depending on where you stay at, people are on long lines trying to get their real ID, trying to get their passport, you know. So my advice, y'all, listen to what I'm about to tell you. For those who don't have a driver's license, I want to talk to you. Because I have talked to this person back in the day. I say it's gonna come to a time if you don't have a driver's license, you will not be able to fly. And Anton Daniels, I don't know if he said it as a slip up. He mentioned that it's going to come a time that if you don't have a driver's license, you will not be able to fly if you're an adult. So if you have a regular ID, even if it's a real ID, or you have a permit, you're not getting on the plane. This is wild, yo. I talked about that back in 2007. And so when I heard him say that, whether he slipped up and said it or the Most High told him to say it, because slip ups do mean the Most High will let you get the warning. He claimed he ain't got no real ID. He got he's gonna use his passport. Well, the airport now is going in that direction. Driver's license and passport is the future. So I advise you get your kids their passport. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they passport on point. If you ain't trying to get the real ID, you have your reasons. Whatever the case may be, get that passport. Start getting your passport for your kids, you know, for your wife or for your husband, whoever's making the money. And start getting your passport now. No more regular stuff. Them days are over. And it's about to get stricter because see, if you're not in a successful mindset as a man, as a woman, you're gonna be left behind. Not by the Most High. I'm talking about society standards. You're gonna be left out. You know, so this is why you can't be playing around when it comes to relationships, dealing with people. Oh, I got this news for you. Let me tell you what Donald Trump is doing. Yeah, this is what you're gonna be here for. Let's get this story out. Nobody knows about this. What y'all about to see is what I talked about. So this one here, y'all gonna be like, uh-oh, this is about to be a doozy. If it gets passed, you're gonna see a change like never before in American history. And this is when we're gonna know who is what is what. This is all this is gonna come out. Let me get this story, what Donald Trump about to do. Let me get it ready. Yep. It's ready, about to get set up. Ooh wee. So I want you to listen to what Nino Brown has to say. We're going to listen to what Nino Brown has to say. All right. Oh, man. Man. No, I can't listen to what Nino Brown says. Because it's music. I'm not trying to get copyrighted. Darn it. Let me see if I can find it. I'm gonna let you see what he said. Okay, let me show y'all. He put out a video 2 hours ago. Trump ending Session 8. Millions will be homeless soon. I repeat, Trump ending Session 8. Millions will be home soon. Woo-wee! Man. Somebody talk about it. Somebody from a Session 8 councilman, he says, breaking news, in a stunning move, Trump has fully funded Session 8 vouchers and HUN ended panic. Now, this is Nino Brown saying it's going to be, he's ending it. This guy say he's not ending it. So all I could tell you is this. We'll know more as time goes on. Somebody put Trump pause funds. What this means. Will Session 8 payments be stopped? Now, somebody from social media buzzed this woman. Oh, Anton Daniels did this 3 months ago. Trump cutting off food stamps in Session 8 housing. Be honest, you need to get a job. You're lazy. I agree with that, Anton. Okay. Now, this broad say, rumor is that Trump administration is giving Session 8 people 2 years left with their vouchers. Woo-wee. This is, man. Shake up, make up, break up. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Tell me what you think. Somebody from, I don't know. Is he from Miami? I don't know. That looks like Miami. Yeah, that might be Miami. Or I don't know where he at. He said, did Trump set a 2-year limit on Session 8, breaking down the facts? That's 3 weeks ago. Oh, boy. 19 states and D.C. sued Trump administration over. Let's listen to this. Let's listen to this.
What if
everybody's suing him now. This is a war, y'all. A war.
20 attorneys general are suing the Trump administration over cuts to the Department of Health and Human Services. They claim the agency's been gutted of key health programs. HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. laid off thousands of workers and did a major restructuring back in March. The AGs want a federal judge to undo all of this. Alex Tin joins us now. He tracks HHS and public health in general for CBS News. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you.
So what exactly are the AGs now warning has happened? And why is it that they want these cuts reversed?
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, when you read this court.
Yo, everybody, them days of being lazy is over. Man, it's going to be, man, all you lazy folks, man, you're going to have to get online. You got to get in where you fit in. It's about to be some changes economically. It's going to be some changes economically, y'all. Ooh-wee. Let's hear what this man has to say.
Court filing that they put in. A lot of this is stuff that we've been covering already for a couple weeks, months now. All of the details of all the layoffs that have happened at HHS. But some of the new information we learned in these court filings were the impact that it's having on states. Take one example. The CDC laid off its lab for testing sexually transmitted diseases without.
Ooh. So it laid off a lot of people in CDC You heard? Let's say what he just said again. Hold on. Let's go back.
The CDC laid off its lab for testing sexually transmitted diseases. Without that lab, all of the states in the country now only have one other lab to rely on. That's a lab in New York State, run by the state. They're trying to do their best that they can, but they say in the court filing, they just aren't staffed to essentially fill in for the CDC.
So it's
Ooh. So if you want to get tested, your results might take longer for you to get it, especially it's coming from New York. Ooh-wee. Y'all better learn. Y'all better learn. Y'all better learn who your partner is. Let's go.
that's one example, but conceivably then you're seeing this all across the country, that health data is being delayed, the scope of potential diseases or viruses can't be tracked in real time.
Yeah, I mean, look, when you read through that, I think it's more than 100 pages in that court filing. It's just example after example of all these different impacts all across the department that are impacting states, and they say, are unlawful, unconstitutional, and should.
Well, I'm going to say this. There's going to be a lot of people staying to themselves. If you can't get tested and you can't find out what's going on with you, man, a lot of these places is closing down, y'all. A lot of these places are about to close down. Next thing you know, clinics going to be closed down. Women need to be tested. Men need to be tested. Man, this is going to be a wild summer, y'all.
Should be stopped.
And we should point out these are all Democratic attorneys general in predominantly Democratic-controlled states. And we saw this during Trump 1.0, that they'd all band together and sue. But in this case, trying to get some of that information out there and then ideally get some of this reversed, which may or may not happen.
Yeah, exactly. And, to be clear, we have heard already from the department, they are trying to roll back some.
Well, a lot of people ain't going to be thinking about getting it on with each other. They're going to push the fear. They're going to push fear for people not to get with each other, have children. Well, the thing is, you do have people that are irresponsible by having children. Let's just keep it real. You have people, regardless of their ethnicity, for the most part, are irresponsible when it comes to children. And so Trump is trying to say, you know what? We're going to put restrictions because we're paying for people's irresponsibilities. And so that's why you have these laws now, especially in the South. That's why a lot of ladies don't want to move to the South. They want to stay in the North where they could be promiscuous. You know what I'm saying? That's why if you think about it, most women ain't coming to the South because they check the law. They're like, oh, I can't. What if I don't want to be with this guy and I have a baby? Oh. Nobody told you to open your legs to him. You unalive that baby before it's born, you're going to jail. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Some layoffs, but at the same time, they're doing layoffs elsewhere in the department to compensate, they say, for those layoffs.
And what was RFK Jr.'s reasoning for the restructuring? Is it DOGE or was it something else?
Yeah, I mean, look, to be clear, they have said that most of this is from DOGE, right? It's essentially instructions to meet certain quotas, to meet certain, eliminations they had to do all across the department. But of course, at the same time, while DOGE is doing some of it, it's at the end of the day, Kennedy's department, Kennedy's aides who have been implementing the plans, deciding what to cut, deciding what to eliminate, and of course, now starting to try to roll back some of what they say are mistakes.
Are they rolling it back?
Yeah, that's the DEI. Like trending what Cherie said. DEI is over. Yeah, it is. It is over, trending with Cherie. You are correct.
Because they realized that those they fired are actually essential to dealing with some pretty urgent public health emergencies? Or is it a legal concern that they have about getting some of these people out?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mix of both, right? I mean, some of it, yes, it's about, health emergencies. For example, you heard the FDA commissioner say he didn't realize that there were actually food and drug safety labs that were investigating outbreaks, doing testing to save Americans' lives that were laid off as part of the cuts. But then at the other hand, you're hearing stuff like,
I will say we're starting to see better food. I don't know about y'all. Being in Florida, it has great food. You could speak for your state. North Georgia, I say have great food. And so it depends on where you at, where you stay at. Like Kennedy is really, cleaning out the mess when it comes to food. I notice a difference. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go.
Senator Capito saying that she had to call the White House to say, I don't want this mining research health agency, please bring them back to work. So yes, it's a mix of both. Some of it is them realizing, whoops, we didn't mean to do this. Some of this is the result of pressure from some of Kennedy and President Trump's allies.
And conceivably, some seasonal thing is going to happen over the summer that makes them realize, oops, we let those people go too, and we probably shouldn't have done that. Let's see if we can claw them back.
Well, yeah, and and again, to be clear, we have heard them say that they want to bring them back. That hasn't actually happened yet, at least not that we're aware.
And whether the employees actually want to come back, having been laid off, is another thing.
All right. So, yeah. It's a lot of stuff going on, y'all. I'm not pushing no fear. I'm just saying be prepared. Like, get your documents together, like Brainwaves was telling y'all. If you working, I know you working, get your documents in order, because you don't want to be, you got kids, you got your man, you got yourself as a woman. You want to make sure you got your documents in order, seal it, so when you go out and travel, you got all the proper stuff you need. You don't want to be going with no surprises. There's no excuse. Take a day off. I know. I take a day off. I'm missing out on money. You want to make sure your documents is good. You don't want to have no mishaps, and you go to the airport, you got your kids, and you don't got their documents together. You don't got your documents together. Now you're getting pulled over by TSA and all these other agents asking you more personal questions. What type of income you have, and what is your business of flying to this other state? It's getting to that point, y'all, that they're gonna be asking you how long you're gonna be in that state for. What's your what you there for? It's getting to that point, you know what I'm saying? Real soon. Just like when you go to another country, they're gonna ask you how long you staying in that country. Where you staying at? So just make sure to avoid all those irrational questions you may consider irrational. They're doing their job, you know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, you want to make sure you got your documents together. And always check to make sure the name is correct, the spelling is correct, the address is correct. You want to make sure everything's correct. Triple check, quadruple check, especially your children's stuff. Make sure you put their documents sealed. They don't get near it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure the phone's good and tablets good and your computer good and all of whatever extra stuff you bring in. Just come to the airport, get there early, get to the point A to point B, and don't be complicated. People got their own, people got their own issues. You just want to get from point A to point B. If you got to spend extra money, go to Clear or TSA thing, pay an extra $20, $30, just do it. Get in, boom, you get through the line, you're good to go. So I don't know what's going to happen with, let me see. You know what? I'm going to play it. Let me see. Let me listen to Nino Brown's thing. We're going to play Nino Brown's thing. Corey, you say you saw it? You saw what Nino Brown was talking about? Excuse me. Let me see. Where's Nino Brown at? Man, this is wild. Hold on a second. All right, hold on. Let me see. Let me see if I could play it.
You said that at first. Trump passed a law where you can't buy junk food with food stamps no more. Now.
Whoa. Hold on. Nino Brown. Whoa. Whoa. Hold on. Let me hear that again.
Let me tell you something. First, Trump passed a law where you can't buy junk food with food stamps no more. Now, Trump is proposing a plan to cut the Section 8 budget by $26.8 million. This means millions of people will be homeless in the U.S., and I mean homeless too, because the shelters finna be overcrowded and you can't get in where you fit in that when it's already overpacked with people that ain't on Section 8, and which will result in an immediate increase in violent crimes. Right now, it's about 2.3 million low-income households and over 5 million people living in Section 8 households. Now,
Ooh, man, that's a lot. That's a lot of people. Ooh.
if this bill is passed by Congress, the single mothers will be forced to the streets. Do y'all think Trump took a late night ride through the hood over there in Oak Block, or over down here in Miami by the Pokemon, or over there in goddamn Cali, Crenshaw somewhere, and saw them G-Wagons and them goddamn Range Rovers y'all be having parked
And that's why I'm glad Nino Brown said that. If you on Section 8, where you getting these vehicles? Why you got these vehicles parked in front of these places you staying at? Didn't nobody teach you when you're on Section 8, you never, show Range Rovers, BMWs, and Cadillacs and all that stuff? I'm just saying. There's a lot of people on Section 8, they be pushing nice whips, yet they claiming that they need help from the government. Listen to this again. You can't get upset. Yo, they clean their house, y'all. They clean their house. Listen.
Let me tell you something. First, Trump passed a law where you can't buy junk food with food stamps no more.
Here we go.
Now, Trump is proposing a plan to cut the Section 8 budget by $26.8 million. This means millions of people will be homeless in the U.S., and I mean homeless too, because the shelters finna be overcrowded and you can't get in where you fit in that when it's already overpacked with people that ain't on Section 8.
Here we go.
Which will result in an immediate increase in violent crimes. Right now, it's about 2.3 million low-income households and over 5 million people living in Section 8 households. Now, if this bill is passed by Congress, the single mothers will be forced to the streets.
The single mothers will be forced to the streets. Woo!
Do y'all think Trump took a late night ride through the hood over there in Oak Block, or over down here in Miami by the Pokemon, or over there in goddamn Cali, Crenshaw somewhere, and saw them G-Wagons and them goddamn Range Rovers y'all be having parked in front of y'all Section 8 apartments? Do y'all think he done found out y'all got men living in them goddamn Section 8 houses illegally? Or do y'all think he trying to push people to stop depending on Uncle Sam and start trying to become a homeowner? Now, you do know it's illegal to be homeless in America. You can definitely go to jail for trespassing on other people's property. So I wonder.
Oh man, this is going to be this is the shake up, make up, break up that Brainwaves was talking about. Let's go.
What's going to happen if they evict people out their Section 8 houses and they ain't got nowhere for them to go? It makes you wonder, where the hell them tax dollars going? Because they cutting everything but their own pockets. And I wonder, what the elderly going to do? What the disabled going to do? And what about them veterans that served in the service for the U.S. that's on Section 8 right now? What about the people that depended on that from yay high up until today night, and now they told they got to get out? What they going to do? Especially those with dementia, Alzheimer's, that ain't got no family members left to shack up with. What they going to do?
I'm not pushing no fear. I'm just this is not pushing fear. This is in the books, y'all. This is not a lie. This is in the books. Nino Brown's talking about other stuff to add on to what you'll consider like you may think it's doom and gloom. I mean, it could be considered doom and gloom. I'm not preaching doom and gloom. This is something that he's about to kick some behind. It's a lot of people that's lazy. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's going to be everybody off Section 8. Now, he does make a point with the cars and leaving, certain things, Anyway, let's go.
People out here stealing milk, eggs, and pampers to survive. Can you imagine what they gonna do when they become homeless? But I'm gonna tell you what I'm about to do. I'm finna go in there, put on my clothes, and go to the goddamn shop and buy me some more choppers. Cause it's about to get crazy out here. Y'all comment below. Do y'all think that this a good or a bad thing? Is Trump trying to force people to stop being dependents and learn how to be independent? Do y'all think that this crisis gonna cause violent crime to go up in the U.S.? What y'all think happening in Trump's economy? This ain't the economy. This is Trump's economy. And he changing. And some of it look like it's for the good in the long haul, but some of it look like it's gonna make black people downfall.
Nino Brown, it's not only so-called black people. However, you're right, though.
Comment below, like this video. Also, if you got Prime Video, I need you to go to the live TV section and go to the sports department and make sure you scroll all the way down to Rise Sports Network. ROYZ, Rise Sports Network. I got a sports breaking news show that come on every day, 6 times a day on the Rise Sports Network. I need everybody to tune in to that. Make sure you tell your family members, co-workers, and friends to tune in to Nino Brown Sports Report on the Rise Sports Network every day, 6 times a day. Y'all make sure y'all like this video. Y'all make sure y'all be aware of them scam artists that be in the comments trying to scam you. That's not me.
All right, that's about it. Okay. Ooh, man. Trending with Sharice, what's going on? She's like, I am not going to see it. Peace. I don't know what you talking about, Trending with Sharice. It's getting real out here. Yeah, I mean, yeah. People are going to have to make better decisions of who they're going to end up with and deal with. I mean, that's just what it is. Yep. It's a lot of things shaking up on the internet. A lot of things shaking up in the economy. You know what I'm saying? Y'all tell me what you think, y'all. Tell me what you think. My advice to everybody, you with the Most High, you shouldn't worry about this stuff. Now, we ain't saying nothing. We moved on. Y'all know I moved on. I know certain people are panicking, though. Y'all get the drift. There are certain people panicking. They're like, uh-oh. Ooh, wee. Man. Anyway, so if y'all happen to support the Cash App, I shout you out on the next video. If y'all happen to shout the Vimo, I'll shout you out in the next video, y'all. You know, it's been a great week. You know what I'm saying? Get your affairs in order. That's all I can say. You don't want to wait to the last minute. You do not want to get affected with this change that's about to happen, because it's going to happen. The wicked is the ones who's going to be in fear. The wicked, the people that's not with the Most High, they're going to be in fear. I'm just reporting the news what the spec that's going to come to effect. Guys, I'm going to tell you this. Don't take her in. You know what you tell her? If she comes to you fellas and say, hey, look, Rollo, or hey, look, Corey, you're going to have these women going to be calling your cell phone out the blue now. If it comes to fruition, you know what you tell them? Call your baby daddy. Call your baby daddy. You calling me now because times is hard. When everything was going good, you ain't want to get with me just a week ago. I wasn't on your mind. Fellas, you're going to be tested. Are you going to take her in? Are you going to feel sorry for her? Then when she get back on her feet, she going to take your house. No. You tell her to go back to her baby daddy. Work things out with him. Oh, well, you know, he's this, he's that. Okay. You think I'm going to be responsible for you and them kids? And he has not even put a dollar in his children's life? Take the what? Lead the what? Mm-hmm. Rollo, I've been interested in you for a long time. No, cut the crap. I'm only interested because I got certain things you need at that point in time. When everything was good, you ain't want to be around. Now times get hard. You want to send me a phone message. You want to reach out to me on Instagram. Anyway, y'all be safe out there. All right, Trending with Sharice. Appreciate you for coming through. Corey Bennett as well. And those who are viewing in the clouds, because we got a lot of people viewing in the clouds. Running Up 360 for coming through. You know? Who else came through? I think that's about it. Yep. That's pretty much about it. Yeah. I'll catch you on the next one, y'all. Y'all take it easy out there. Y'all stay safe on them roads. You know, I will not be doing no more Pop the Balloon. I'm done with Pop the Balloon. Yep. I got copyrighted by all my majority of the Pop the Balloon videos. Whew. Appreciate it. Brown royalty to the people with the business. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.